Welcome to ADTRAN University Show Me video series. In this video, I will show you how to configure the IP address in order to log into the Advanta 7100 admin GUI interface. First thing to understand is what are the default IP addresses of the Advanta 7100. The Advanta 7100 has two default IPs. It has a data VLAN, which is VLAN 1, with an IP address of 10.10.10.1. Then there is a voice VLAN for the IP SIP phones of VLAN 2, and that IP address is 10.10.20.1. You can also see that this unit has a WAN interface of Ethernet 00, and his IP address is 216.206.86.15. All three of these addresses can be accessed via the GUI. The first step that we're going to do is we're going to try to access an Advanta 7100 from the data VLAN, which is 10.10.10.1. To test the data connectivity, you will need to test from a computer that is plugged into the local area network of the Advanta 7100. First thing that you do is you open up an internet browser, and in the path you're going to type in 10.10.10.1/admin, which is the admin interface. Then you're going to hit enter. If that site doesn't work, then the next step that you're going to try to do is try to enter the voice VLAN, which is 10.10.20.1. So I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to change this to 20. And now we have tested the data and the voice VLAN from a computer that's on the network as a 7100, and it's not working. You could also try to copy if you're from on the internet, you could try to copy the WAN IP address and put that in a browser and try that also. If neither of those three addresses work, then we will need to find out what the IP address is of your computer and what your default gateway is. To do that, we're going to go down to the Start menu and we're going to open up the Start menu. And then in the search or in the run, we're going to type in CMD, which is command prompt. Once we open up the command prompt, we're going to type in ipconfig, which is going to give us the IP address of our unit, and we're going to look up for our Ethernet local area connection, and then we're going to look to see what our default gateway is. In this example, it's 172.22.15.254. So we're going to copy that address, and then we're going to come back to our browser, and we're going to paste that in here in front of the admin to see if that works as our Advanta interface. I'm going to hit enter. So in these examples, none of the IP addresses work in the unit. So the last resort that we will need to do is to obtain a DB9 male to female cable to console into the Advanta 7100. On the back of the Advanta 700 is a DB9 console port, and then we will need to console into that. If your laptop or computer does not have a DB9 serial port, then you will need to get a USB to DB9 serial adapter. From that, you can open up a regular console. Once you have consoled into the Advanta 7100, you will need to open up some type of terminal program. A good free program is Putty. Just go to the internet and search on Putty, and then you can download it. Once you have it open, all you simply do is simply enter the serial button. If you have a DB9 port, then you just leave it as COM1. But if you have a USB adapter like I have, then you have to go to Devices and Start menu, and then Devices and Printers. And then once it comes up, you'll be able to see what your COM port is. So under Unspecified, you can see that my USB adapter is using COM port 5. So once you find out what your COM port is, you change it to 5, and then you simply hit Open. Make sure your speed is set to 9600. Once you're in, then you simply hit the enter key, and it's going to take you to the login, or it might ask you for a username password. Simply type in enable and then enter your password. The default password is admin password. User is admin, password is password. And then you simply just type in show IP interface brief, and again that will list you the IP address of your unit. So you will need to then find your IP address, and then from there you should be able to GUI into it. Now in this example, it's still my default, but if you were using a different address, then it would show you what that is. And again, you would just copy that address into a browser followed by admin. So once you verified what it is, again, you'd go back to your browser. In this example, I got the 10.10.10 to work. /admin. And then once you do get connectivity to that, it's going to ask you for a username and password. Again, the default is admin, password. You simply hit login. And then once you log in, then it will take you to your interface. And then from here, you can then see and configure your unit. Thanks for watching this ADTRAN University Show Me video.